Hello again, everyone. I am going to open another package I received from Japan, and this came about 2 months ago, so I'm not actually sure what's inside. I've been saving up these packages to do kind of like surprise openings. I want them to be a surprise for me and a surprise for the people watching, so we are all sort of surprised. So let me get to unpacking. This one was shipped via DHL, which is less common as far as shipping from Japan, and it's not my preferred shipping method. I actually prefer that they ship it via EMS. EMS is super reliable and very fast, and I find that it's better than DHL. Why some of them choose DHL, I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper, maybe they think it's better. The tracking at DHL is really good, but I've had issues where I've had to go pick up the package, and I really am not a fan of that. So yeah, I prefer EMS. They deliver to the door without any issue. These guys deliver the door too, and then I have it set up correctly. So that previous one, it was a mistake of the gallery. I bought something from Curve Arts and they accidentally put the wrong address. So that was a real pain. But they refunded my shipping. So kudos to Curve Arts for doing that. I thought that was really nice of them. And that was a huge, it saved me like $30, so or $38 or something. So that was really nice. And I didn't ask for it, I just said, hey, you guys had the wrong address, and it kind of sucked. It was a bit of a pain in the butt that I had to go pick it up at the central hub or whatever. But it worked out in the end. So these guys that I bought from here, they have an interesting way of doing their packing, and I really like it. I'm just not sure how they came up with it. It has like a sheet of plastic, which you can see there's a sheet of plastic here, and then it has a layer of cardboard, and then there's another layer of cardboard that's wrapped with this brown paper packing tape. But I like it because you can see right through. So when I take my X-Acto knife and I cut through the plastic, it's just, I know I'm not cutting into any of the artwork by mistake. And it makes it very easy to open these packages. I basically just pull these until the paper rips. And I take it all the way to the edge like so. And then you can actually see on the side. So I can actually peek inside if I want to. But anyway, usually I just open them so that 3 of the sides are open, and then I pull out whatever it is I purchased. Oh, this looks like 2 pieces I purchased. Let's go one at a time. So this is the first one. This is a pretty interesting design. It's by Kunikazu. So yeah, Utagawa Kunikazu, and it's an interesting design. It has like 2 warriors fighting, and there's like some lightning in the background. This bolt of lightning here is kind of an interesting effect they've done, where they've done it kind of like the lightning coming down from the sky, but then let me zoom in a little bit. So they do the lightning coming down from the sky, but then they have this kind of see-through lighted area, which is kind of how so one of the things, so there's an artist named Utagawa Kunikazu. Everybody's very familiar with Toyokuni III. He's the most prolific artist in ukiyo-e. It's estimated he did like over 35,000 designs or something ridiculous like that. But one of the things that Kunikazu did that made him famous at the beginning of his career, that was kind of like, every artist had their own specialty, and Kunikazu's specialty was doing lighted scenes, where they would do like like someone was holding a lantern, and then there would be light and the area would be all dark, except where the light came out there would be this sort of area of lightedness, and the colors would pop out. They've done it kind of a reverse here, but it is kind of interesting. I've never seen someone do a lightning scene where the bolt come down. Usually it stays orange or yellow, the bolts, or white or red, but there's always some shade of warmth and color. But I've never seen one where it did like this, where it actually had a lighted pattern. So that's kind of an interesting technique that Kunikazu decided to do. This print is a Kuchi-e woodblock print, so it is a frontispiece. So it was in a book at one time. Interestingly enough, as you may or may not be able to see, this has no creases. So this print was never actually in any sort of book, unless it was a book large enough to have the whole piece. But more likely, it probably came from the publisher at the time when it was made, because, it was probably mounted in an album. It does have album mounting paper here that was glued in an album at one point. But interesting design, pretty dynamic. It's, it's not the most amazing design ever, but I've never seen this design before, so it was an interesting one for me to snap up. So that's the first one, and this is the second one, which is definitely the better of the two. This one is actually not signed that I can see, so there may be a signature, but I don't see it at this point. I think it's probably Konobu, Hasagawa Konobu. Yeah, which is not Kunisada, although not Kunikazu, yet they're from the same family line. But anyway, I love this design. So you have a warrior here looking very startled, and then you have this ghost figure on the side right here. Really interesting design. This piece was contained in a book, and you can see the fold lines here. They're evident. But beautiful. I've never seen this design before. I do have a DVD that contains like over 2,500 Kuchi-e images, and that DVD is available to purchase in Japan. It's a little bit of a hassle because it's a DVD, so you do have to, you have to have a DVD player to basically access it on your computer. So you either have to purchase an external DVD drive, or you have to have an old computer like I do that happens to have a DVD drive. But having those images is fantastic. They're broken down by artist name. And so anyway, I will go and check to see whether this is by Konobu or not. I think it's by Konobu, just based on the face and the way it's drawn. It looks like Konobu. Alternatively, it could be made by Kinsen Suzuki, who's also another artist who did a lot of warriors in the Kuchi-e format. So anyway, this piece is quite nice. It has a large border along the edge, meaning it's not hardly trimmed. Not sure how this was mounted. It must have been mounted on this edge here and then folded, but it's quite a nice size print. Kuchi-e usually run about 8.5 by 11. This one seems at least that large, but maybe a little bit larger actually, which is nice. Nope, it's 8.5 by 11 3/4. So it is a little bit larger actually than normal. But yeah, very nice print. And this is what I had today. Here's the back. You can see the printing coming through very nicely. A lot of bleed through, looks really good. A little bit of staining at the top, which is quite common. What typically would happen is that would be folded into the book like so, and this part of the page would be mounted to a page that had some sort of an acidic paper. So the paper was not all full woodblock, beautiful washi, which is sort of like not as acidic as sort of like pulped paper, which is what we used to make literary books and magazines in the late 19th, early 20th century. But you can almost see the writing here. If you look up closely, you can see the letters that were on the page, so the preceding page. But that's why sometimes it becomes dark. Thankfully, it didn't really pass through very much. It's a little bit, but not overly so. Anyway, those are the two that I'm doing today, and I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll be doing another set soon. And I have a really amazing surprise opening coming soon from a really rare artist that I was able to secure 2 pieces by, which just blows my mind. Anyway, that's it for today. Have a great day.